ready? Yes, you bet. We're all ready. Right. Starting alongside Brown, car number 12, it's Mental Mike O'Connor, starting third. Second row inside, car number 92 from Raymond, Ricky Porter, starting alongside car number 11M. One of two brothers racing here today, Nat Melvin. Rounding out the field, car number 05 from Mike Walsh. Green flag heat race underway for the HLR Truck and Minis. Mike O'Connor has the top spot off turn number 2. Paul Brown trying to reel him in number 2. Ricky Porter, the Trophy Dash winner from 2 weeks ago, right in the third spot. Paul Brown a little out of control off turn number 4. Takes Porter to the top of turn 4 with him. Brown, though, still in the second spot, but Mike O'Connor checking out in car number 12. Nat Melvin up to third in the 11M. Ricky Porter trying to make his way back into the battle, car number 92. Mike O'Connor had problems in the Trophy Dash a couple weeks ago. Looks strong here tonight, though, in car number 12. Now it's a battle for second. Melvin on the inside, Brown on the outside, and Ricky Porter runs fourth. The battle on the Speedway for second spot with Melvin to the inside, Paul Brown on the outside. Porter looking to hitch a ride from Paul Brown. He's going for the third spot through turn 3 and 4, halfway. 3 laps down, 3 laps to go for the HLR Truck and Minis. Mike O'Connor nearly a full straightaway lead now. Car number 12 as Paul Brown still working to the outside of Nat Melvin. Ricky Porter right there on the rear bumper of Brown as they come off turn number 4. Next time by, they'll get the 2 to go. From Steiner Bob Monroe, Mike O'Connor out for a Saturday afternoon drive. The number 12 leads the way here under the 2 to go. The second spot now belongs to Paul Brown. Nat Melvin not giving up easy though. And here comes Ricky Porter. 3-way battle for the second spot. Off turn number 4, Mike O'Connor sees the white from Steiner Bob Monroe. Paul Brown runs there in the second spot. Nat Melvin trying to make a run on the bottom. Not one to give up that second spot. Ricky Porter looking on from the 4th spot. Your leader, though, is coming off turn number 4. Heat race win. Gonna go to car number 12, Mike O'Connor. The battle for the second spot. Gonna be close. They come to the stripe. The second spot gonna go to Nat Melvin. Paul Brown takes third. Rick Porter fourth. Mike Walsh fifth. Field set to go. 8 laps to distance. Heat race number 1 for the Roadrunners. Field gonna look for green off turn number 4 from Steiner Bob Monroe. Kenny McElvain and Steve Nichols gonna set the pace off turn number 4. Field bunched up, green flag. Roadrunners underway, heat race number 1. McElvain gonna lead the way down into turn number 1. Steve Nichols runs to the outside of the 9. Kurt Smith runs third. Ray Patriacco making it a battle for third as they head down into turn number 3. Through turn number 3 and 4, McElvain leads the way. Nichols runs second. Ray Patriacco fighting on the outside for third. Kurt Smith runs fourth. Lloyd Chapin fifth. That's your top 5 as they head off turn number 2. Chapin now making a battle for the 4th spot. Kurt Smith on the inside, Chapin on the outside. They're going to try to hunt down third place man Ray Patriacco. Chapin looking to add to his points lead here with the Roadrunners. Up front, Kenny McElvain taking off in the Ken's Pen number 1. Steve Nichols runs in the second spot. Ray Patriacco right in the foot tracks of the number 9 car. Chapin now firmly in the 4th spot. Kurt Smith runs 5th. Dana Sullivan runs 6th. Corey Sullivan, Jason Hodgson round out the field. Halfway, 4 down, 4 to go for the Ken's Pen number 1 of Kenny McElvain. Nichols continues to run second. Patriarca third. Chapin fourth. Smith fifth. Single file. The Roadrunners run off turn number 4. Two to go when Kenny McElvain comes off turn number 4. McElvain trying to take the heat race win. Some of the heavy guns running right behind him though. Nichols runs second. Now side by side battle for third with Patriarca on the inside. White Chapin on the outside. Chapin trying to get that number 22X wound up on the outside groove. They come through turn number 3 and 4. Gonna be the white flag. Now one more trip around now for Kenny McElvain. Down the backstretch for the final time, McElvain leads the heat race down into turn number 3. Through turn number 3 and 4. Off turn 4, checkered flag, gonna fly for Kenny McElvain. Nichols takes second, Patriarca third, Lloyd Chapin fourth, Kurt Smith fifth. Bob Monroe looks him over, green flag, Roadrunners underway, heat race number 2. Ashley Russo, Sean Waits, drag race down into turn number 1 and 2. Ashley on the inside, Sean on the outside, Ricky Porter around though with Robert Fields in turn number 1. Starter Bob Monroe looking him over, Fields underway, Ricky Porter, the car fired, but the magic yellow flies. Monroe looks over, green flag, Roadrunners back underway. Ashley, a lot better start this time. She leads the way down into turn number 1. Sean Waits gonna try to fight on the outside. They're even as they head down the backstretch. Waits has the spot heading into turn 3. Can he hold it? Ashley Russo trying to stay tough on the bottom. They come off turn number 4. Russo gonna lead lap number 1. Waits though hanging tough on the outside. Chris Waits looks on from the 3rd spot. Ricky Facette runs 4th. Ricky Porter 5th. Still side by side. Your front 2. Ashley Russo on the inside. Chris Waits around in turn number 3. Kyle Osborne following around in the number 3. Bob Monroe throws the yellow for Chris Waits and Kyle Osborne. Robert Fields, Chris Waits, Ricky Facette round out the field. Bob Monroe looks him over, green flag, Roadrunners back underway. A little bit slippery up there in the high groove, still some speedy dry out there. Ricky Porter slips underneath Ashley Russo. She's gonna have to try to get it back on the bottom. Chris Waits now behind car number 19. Russo goes from 2nd to 4th. Up front, Sean Waits, your race leader. Ricky Porter runs 2nd. A lot of speedy dry out there still in turn number 3 and 4. Sean Waits, your race leader, gonna be halfway this time by if your leader waits. Ricky Porter runs in the 2nd spot. Chris Waits runs 3rd. Ricky Facette runs 4th. Ashley Russo 5th. A lot of drivers still snow plowing through the speedy dry through turn number 3 and 4. Sean Waits trying a different line that time through the speedy dry, trying to find the fast way through turn 3 and 4. 5 down now, 3 to go. Ricky Porter now slips by Sean Waits, takes over the top spot. Chris Waits gonna follow Porter through. Sean Waits trying to shut the door on Chris. They come off turn number 4 side by side, 2 to go now. Chris Waits on the inside, Sean Waits on the outside. They battle door to door off turn number 2. Battle for the 2nd spot as Ricky Porter starting to check out in car number 2. Off turn number 4, white flag flies. Heat race leader, Ricky Porter. The battle for 2nd, still side by side. Chris Waits breaks loose off turn number 4. Sean Waits pushes high in turn number 1 and 2. Off turn 2, Chris Waits takes the 2nd spot. Through turn number 3 and 4, off turn number 4, checkered, gonna fly. for Ricky Porter. The battle for second goes to Chris Waits. Sean Waits takes third. Ricky Bissett fourth. Ashley Russo fifth.
The first of 3 qualifiers for the True Value Modified Racing Series. The first of 3 appearances here at Star in 2005. The ground-pounding modifieds ready to roar out of turn number 4. Here they come to the green. It is in the air. Dave Nichols on the bottom, Roger Raymond on the outside, then it's Bruce Batchelder, Eddie Dockenhausen, and then Dale Ivachin up high going into turn number 3. Roger Raymond's the first lap leader as they barrel into turn number 1. On the hammer down the back straightaway. Side-by-side racing for the number 2 spot. That is Dale Ivachin, second-generation driver on the outside. And Dave Nichols. Dockenhausen stacks up right alongside the number 22 going into turn number 1. Batchelder, Kirby Monteith, the Mountain Man is up high in car number 8. Through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Hinckley goes to the outside of Batchelder. The Division Classics number 57 car. That is Dennis Albro, Jimmy Storis, and Les Hinckley. Your leader is Roger Raymond. We got cars together in turn number 4. The 06 Les Hinckley, Bruce Batchelder, and the yellow is over the Speedway. Caution comes out here over the Speedway on lap number 3. Les Hinckley together with Bruce Batchelder to the rear for the restart. 3 laps completed. They got 9 more to cover in heat number 1 for the ground-pounding modifieds. Rolling thunder out of turn 4. Roger Raymond holds on to the lead through the first and second turn. Eddie Dockenhausen's in hot pursuit. Dockenhausen right up behind him going into turn number 3. Oh, we got Dave Nichols around in car number 22. Yellows on the Speedway. Caution flag is out. Dockenhausen heats up Roger Raymond on the start. Back to racing we go. Eddie Dockenhausen the leader. Kirby Monteith right there on the outside of the number 35, Dale Ivachin. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Ivachin gets the advantage going into turn number 3. Down the front straightaway. Dennis Albro trying to hook up on the outside of Jim Storis. Albro in that white 9, New Hampshire. We are halfway in heat number 1. Roger Raymond, Dale Ivachin, Kirby Monteith, Jim Storis, Dennis Albro, Eddie Dockenhausen, the Connecticut entry out of Danbury. Whoa, Jimmy Storis around in the number 4 turn. Scott Hinckley watches the number 44 on the apron, throws the yellow. Those are the top point men in their quest for the 2005 championship. Here they come. Rolling thunder out of the corner. Green is out. Roger Raymond. Dale Ivachin side by side down the back straightaway. Then it's the Mountain Man, Kirby Monteith. Dennis Albro gets into it with Les Hinckley. Dockenhausen takes him into the number 1 corner. Here's Kirby Monteith going to the inside. Races Roger Raymond down the back straightaway. Roger Raymond of the Stewart & Sons, number 62. Oh, and around goes Dave Nichols. Dave Nichols, the Vermont entry, he's got his number 22 car fired up. And continues under his own power, slows out here, heading into the infield. 2 to go. 2 laps to go. Ivachin's in second spot. There's the difference right there. All the action tonight on Channel One video. White flag is out, 1 to go. Dale Ivachin. S.J. Ivachin's kid in second spot. But Eddie Dockenhausen is going to take it to the checkers. Down the front straightaway, he wins it. Second goes to Dale Levance in third to Kami Monteith. And then Roger Raymond and Dennis Albro round out the top 5 in heat number 1 for the True Value Modified. Monday, great. Butch Perry, Gary Casella, Lou Michelitis. Jimmy Boniface goes to the inside. Les Martinez is there side by side, and around goes Mike Douglas Jr. Mike Douglas Jr. around in car number 3. Yellow out. His dad, a long-time standout and competitor in the super modifieds here at Star Speedway, and that is Junior in car number 3. Brand new, he's a rookie on the tour. Making its debut here tonight. Green flag is out. Gary Casella, Lightning Lou, and Jim Boniface. Jimmy Kuhn's running in 4th spot. Butch Perry, then Les Martinez, Dwight Jarvis, and Wayne Hellwell. Casella leads down into 3 out of 4. Mike Douglas Jr. off the speedway and down onto the apron in car number 3. He could be pulling a caution here as they make their way into turn number 3. Yellow is over the speedway. Caution flag thrown by Chief Snyder, Scott Hinckley. At car number 28, we've got some wonderful shirts. See Bonnie Jarvis at car number 28. Or you can see me after the races and I'll hook you up. All righty, green is up. No, we're going yellow. Stay in yellow. Scott not liking the lineup. Green flag is out. Louis Michelitis and Gary Casella. Jimmy Kuhn. Kuhn goes to the 2nd spot in car number 72. Former Featherlight Modified driver. Jim Boniface right up behind the number 47 going in. Butch Perry's running in 5th spot. Wayne Hellwell, then Dwight Jarvis and Les Martinez. Heat number 2 on the speedway. 5 laps completed. We are halfway. Casella's got a good pace going down the back straightaway, about a car length over the number 72. Michelitis in the Turcotte 47, Jimmy Boniface in 4th spot. Butch Perry, Wayne Howell, Dwight Jarvis, Les Martinez bringing up the back end of the field in car number 11. Kuhn is right there with the leader, Gary Casella. Gary Casella continues to set the pace. Two laps to go. 2 to go out here in the front straightaway. Your top 3 in heat number 2. The ground pounding modifies. Rip it up out of turn number 4. They're going to come around to finish it now. Off the number 4 corner to the checkers. It'll be Gary Casella, Jimmy Kuhn, Louis Michelitis, Jimmy Boniface, Butch Perry will get 5th spot, the 5th and final qualifying spot in car number 96 as we are taking the top 5. All righty, Peter Daniels in the 76, Chris Wenzel, Kirk Alexander, Kyle Frederickson. Jimmy Dolan, we go yellow. That is Kirk Alexander in car number 43. He's won 4 100-lap events in a row, and that is Carl Fredrickson. Speedway Illustrated's Carl Fredrickson in car number 41. The Ground Pounders. Rusty Ball on the outside of Jimmy Dolan, Andy Size, Jack Bateman, Bob Paul Valari, Chris Wenzel, and then Peter Daniels. Daniels to the low side of Wenzel. They're boxed up through the number 4 turn. Down the chute they come. It's Rebel. Daniels to the inside of Jack Bateman. Andy Sice moves to 2nd spot. Bob Paul Valari. Peter Daniels, Rusty Ball. Daniels to the low side going into turn number 3, right up behind Paul Ferrari. Jimmy Dolan leads it. Jimmy Dolan leads lap number 2. Rusty Ball and Jack Bateman side by side behind the number 76. Peter Daniels out of the turn, down the chute. Side Ferrari Daniels. Bateman, Rusty Ball up top going into the number 1 corner. Here comes Kirk Alexander. Alexander right up behind Jack Bateman. Out of the binders, right up behind the 17. Jimmy Dolan leading it. Top 5 to qualify. Here's Alexander right behind the number 17. Peter Daniels right up behind Paul Ferrari. That's on going to turn number 3. There's the back end of the field right there. Kyle Fredrickson with Chris Wenzel right ahead of him in number 83. We are halfway. Kirk Alexander right behind Bateman. Can Bateman hold on? Alexander looks low coming off the turn. Alexander likes to come off the 4th corner on the bottom. The very bottom. That's the last qualifying spot of that number 17 car. What a race coming out of turn number 4. Peter Daniels look to the inside of 68-year-old Paul Ferrari. All over Andy Seitz. One of the greatest names in modified history is driving that number 7 car. Alexander right behind Bateman. Looking low out of the turn. Wow, we are seeing the 2 to go sign out here in the front straightaway. Does Alexander have to go to the Consi? Here goes Bateman to the inside of the number 76 Daniels. Jack Bateman, white flag out, 1 to go. Alexander underneath the number 76. That's the last spot on the speedway. Daniels will have to go to the consolation round. Here's your winner, Jimmy Dolan. Second going, Andy Seitz. Third, Paul Ferrari. The 17, Bateman 4th. And Kirk Alexander just gets in via the qualifier, finishing in the number 5 spot.
Field looks for green off turn number 4. Bob Monroe looks him over. Green flag. Strictly Stock's underway. Ricky Woodside gonna lead him down into turn number 1. A push in turn 1 though leaves the door open for Bob Fowler on the inside. Fowler takes the spot as they head down into turn number 3. Here comes Art Joslin in the number 3. He's got Scott DeVal battling to his outside as Woodside battle for the top spot down low. Into turn number 1. It's a gain of swap the lead as Rick Woodside now takes the top spot. Joslin trying to follow him for the 2nd spot. Fowler could be stuck on the outside now as Scotty DeVal right on the rear bumper of Art Joslin. DeVal got Keith Nelson to his outside. Nelson runs 5th. Here comes Russ Dufresne. He's trying to make his way to the top 5. Up front, it's a battle for the top spot. Joslin battles with Woodside off turn number 4. At the stripe, it's going to be Joslin, your race leader. Family battle going on. Battle of the cousins. Art Joslin and Ricky Woodside. Family bragging rights on the line. Woodside now trying to take this low line through turn number 1 and 2. Joslin shuts the door on him. Joslin erasers, they head down the back stretch. Going to be halfway this time by. 5 down, 5 to go. Joslin and Woodside starting to check out as the battle for 3rd right now goes to Scotty DeVal. Russ Dufresne though looking strong in car number 76. He's looking at the low line off turn number 2. Woodside giving Joslin a little help through turn number 3 and 4. They head down the backstretch, nose to tail. Joslin leading the way. Woodside running 2nd. Dufresne now looking on the inside of Scotty DeVal. Get in there a little bit, backed out. All the drivers able to straighten out as they come off turn number 4. DeVal continues to hold on to 3rd. Dufresne runs 4th. Now Kevin Kephart trying to make his way into the top 5. Your points here to Corey Mason. Disappointed run. This is going to be his first non-top 3 of the year here. Mason's won all the features, won all but one heat race, finished second in that heat race. Not going to happen here tonight. White flag flies. The battle for the lead going to go on for the final lap. Jocelyn leads the way. Woodside runs second. Action, turn number 4, between Corey Mason and Keith Nelson. Your leaders come down through turn 3 and 4. Nelson pointing in the right direction. Off turn number 4, check is gonna fly. Heat race win, gonna go to Rick Woodside. Jocelyn takes second. Dufresne third. Kephart fourth. Scotty DeVal fifth. Lee Welty, the current regional points leader for the Super Streets. Tony Carroll, Paul Bolio looking for green flag. Super Streets underway, 10 laps the distance. Tony Carroll, he was running better last week. Let's see if he's better again tonight. He's got the top spot off turn number 2. Steve Dickey right in his tire tracks. They go through turn number 3 and 4. Dickey gives Carroll a little bit of a bump, let him know he's there. Carroll gonna lead lap number 1. Steve Dickey runs second. Tony Kaweza holds third. Chuck Daney fourth. David Lee fifth. Tony Carroll continuing to lead the way. Dickey got him a little bit more, almost knocked the front bumper cover off car number 98. Look at Tony K in the number 17. He's got a good run going out in the outside groove. Tony K now battling for the top spot. They come off turn number 4. This time the lap lead gonna be Tony K. Tony Kaweza leading the way in car number 17. Tony Carroll though trying to fight back on the bottom in the 03. David Lee runs up in the top spot. Top groove looking for the top spot. The two teammates now running 1 and 2. Tony Kaweza leads the way. David Lee runs second. Tony Carroll third. Steve Dickey back to 4th. Chucky Daney runs 5th. Gonna get a battle to his outside though is Ronnie Bolduck making his way to the top 5 at the halfway point. Up front, the S&J Racing teammates of Tony Kaweza and David Lee gonna battle out for the top spot. Kaweza, race leader. Lee runs second. Tony Carroll third. Steve Dickey fourth. Chucky Daney fifth. Chuck Daney a little bit loose and kind of a 33 had to check up through turn number 3 and 4. That gives the 5th spot now to Ronnie Bolduck. 2 to go this time for Tony Kaweza. Jim Daly giving Kaweza the ride at the beginning of the year when Kaweza needed something to drive. Kaweza making the most of it as he's leading the way here in Super Street Heat number 1. Teammate David Lee right there, they're waiting for just the littlest mistake. The battle for third finds Steve Dickey and Tony Carroll side by side. They head down the backstretch for the final time into turn number 3. Through turn 3, off turn 4, heat race win, gonna go to Tony Kaweza. David Lee takes second. Steve Dickey Jr. takes third. Field looks for green flag. Super Streets underway. Heat race number 2. Gahan, Tatro battle down into turn number 1. Off turn 2, they're still even as they head down the backstretch. Gahan on the inside, Tatro on the outside. Randberg looks on from third. Ronnie Robinson taking kind of a 71 to the pit area. Up front, Bobby Gahan continuing to look stronger in that car number 50. It's taken him a few weeks to get it dialed in, but he's looking stronger each week now. Gahan gonna lead the way off turn number 4. Randberg gonna follow him through for the 2nd spot. Tatro might be stuck on the outside. He's gonna get it to the bottom as now Bobby Melvin follows through for the 3rd spot. Lee Weldy gonna try to hitch a ride on Bobby Melvin's rear bumpers. They come off turn number 4. Gahan, your leader. Randberg runs 2nd. Melvin 3rd. Weldy 4th. Tatro back to 5th. Here points it at Jimmy Renfro, banging wheels, banging doors, banging fenders with John Bordelais. The points bullet got in the heat race, gonna cut even more into Renfrew's points lead. Halfway for race leader Bobby Gahan. Randberg runs second. Gahan looking strong in that Pep Boys number 50. Randberg runs second. Melvin third. Weldy fourth. Randy Tatro fifth. Still no points paying position for your points leader, Jimmy Renfrew. Next time by, 2 to go now for Bobby Gahan when he crosses the stripe this time by. Gahan starting to stretch it out in the Pep Boys entry. Randberg continues to run strong on the second spot. Bobby Melvin third. Lee Weldy fourth. Tatro fifth. Weldy now looking low inside of Melvin. Contact. Weldy turns him around as he points it at Jimmy Renfrew to the pit area. Melvin was looking for the yellow. He didn't get it. Heat race win gonna go to Bobby Gahan. Randberg takes second. Weldy not gonna finish in the third spot. Randy Tatro gonna take third. John Bordelais fourth. And Hayes takes fifth. Mike Walsh in car number 05. Bob Monroe looks to over green flag. HLR Truck and Minis underway. The PBT team cars, Paul Brown, Mike O'Connor battle off turn number 2. O'Connor trying to get the run down the backstretch into turn 3. He's got the spot entering turn 3. Now Ricky Porter alongside Paul Brown for the second spot. Brown fighting to stay up front. In a losing battle so far. He's back to third now in car number 2. Matt Melvin runs fourth, and Walsh rounds out the top 5. Mental Mike O'Connor leading the way in car number 12. Ricky Porter right there on his rear bumper, car number 92. Paul Brown starting to fade back in the number 2. Mike O'Connor continuing to lead the way, the number 12, but Porter looks low off turn number 4 now. O'Connor shuts the door through turn number 1 and 2. Porter gonna take another look down the backstretch, but O'Connor pulls off. O'Connor off to a 2-car length lead as they headed down the backstretch. O'Connor the horsepower down the straightaways. Porter the handle and through the corners. Halfway this time by in the HLR Truck and Trophy Dash. Halfway if you're race leader, Mike O'Connor. Porter runs second. The battle for third now with Nat Melvin on the inside, Paul Brown on the outside. Porter giving O'Connor the big bump through turn number 3 and 4. Porter testing the patience of your race leader. You might see why he earned his nickname. The front 2 pulling away from your 3rd and 4th place cars of Paul Brown and Nat Melvin. Mike O'Connor gonna get the 2 to go this time by from starter Bob Monroe. Porter still right there dogging his every move. Paul Brown runs 3rd. Through turn number 3 and 4, O'Connor sees the white from starter Bob Monroe. White flag, last lap, HLR Truck and Trophy Dash. O'Connor leads the way off turn number 2. Time running out for Ricky Porter. Through turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Off turn 4, check it, gonna fly for Mike O'Connor. Porter takes the second spot. Third, gonna go to car number 2 of Paul Brown. He's unstrapped, and he can hear now your HLR Truck and Trophy Dash winner, Mike O'Connor.
Tootsie Roll. Right in. Tootsie Rolls are Kit Kat bars. I found some more. Kit Kat bars are, pay attention, we're selling candy bars right now. Pay attention.
Green off turn number 4, 20 laps to distance. Dan Stone, Ashley Russo gonna set the pace off turn number 4. Stone, Russo on the throttle, green flag, Roadrunner feature underway. Ashley Russo quickly jumping out to the top spot in the Steve Russo owned number 15. Sean Waits though quickly up the challenge, car number 22. Robert Fields problems in car number 66 through turn number 1 and 2. Keeps it going in the right direction, no yellow on the Speedway. The battle for the top spot, Russo on the inside, Waits on the outside. Kenny McElvain looks on from 3rd, Steve Nichols 4th, Ricky Porter 5th. Still side by side as they come off. Turn number 4, it could be 3 wide as Kenny McElvain look low. Ashley Russo continuing to battle for the top spot. Waits though gets a good jump off turn number 2. Takes the spot as they head down into turn 3. Now it's 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th with Steve Nichols, Kenny McElvain, and Ricky Porter. They go 2 wide now through turn number 1 and 2 as Chris Waits joins the battle. Chris Waits trying to chase down the front 2 runners, car number 19. He's in the 3rd spot. He's trying to chase down Steve Nichols in the 9 and race leader Sean Waits. Sean Waits looking strong, car number 22. Steve Nichols runs 2nd. Chris Waits coming on strong in the number 19. Ricky Porter runs 4th. Points to Lloyd Chapin now taking the 4th spot. 8 down now for your race leader Sean Waits. Steve Nichols, the former Hudson runner, having a good run, car number 9. Chris Waits runs strong in the number 19 for the 3rd spot. Chapin runs 4th side by side for 5th, Ray Patriacca and Ricky Porter. Halfway, 10 down, 10 to go for race leader Sean Waits. Waits better get not trapped in behind the lap car of Dan Stone. Stone shown to the inside by Stade Bombereau. They clear him. Sean Waits continues to lead the way. Nichols runs second. Chris Waits third. Lloyd Chapin going to try to make it a four-way battle up front. Your front four cars starting to check out from the rest of the field, but Ray Pat might try to join the battle. Don't count out Ray Pat, still 7 laps to go. Nichols getting a little help off turn number 4 from Chris Waits. Sean Waits, your race leader. Gonna have Chris Waits battling on his rear bumper soon. Sean Waits gonna see the 5 to go next time by. The battle for second has Steve Nichols on the inside, Chris Waits on the outside. Lloyd Chapin now right there in the number 22X. 5 to go now. Look at Chapin, he's quickly into the battle. Fields gonna play a part here, the lap car of Bob Fields. Chris Waits comes out, the loser in that battle. He went from second to 4th off turn number 2. Ashley Russo, problems in corner 15. Up front, laps ticking away. This is 17 down, they cross the stripe. Sean Waits gonna have 3 laps to go now. Car number 22. Lloyd Chapin trying to make his way up to the second place so he can set his sights on Sean Waits. Down the backstretch, Sean Waits leads the way. Nichols trying to hold on to second, but here comes Lloyd Chapin. Gonna be a battle of the 22s up front with 2 laps to go. Half mile for Lloyd Chapin to try to chase down Sean Waits. Off turn number 4, Sean Waits gets a bit of a push. Chapin trying to close the gap. White flag, final lap. Sean Waits leads the way through turn number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time. Chapin probably gonna have one shot at him through turn number 3 and 4. Off turn number 4 now. Waits pushes high once again, coming to the checker. It's gonna be Lloyd Chapin. Sean Waits takes second, Chris Waits third, Steve Nichols 4th, Ray Patriacca 5th. The push off turn number 4 was all that Lloyd Chapin needed. Chapin takes the win by mere inches. He's got the helmet off. He's getting ready to climb out. He can hear you now. Your Roadrunner feature winner, Lloyd Chapin. Also, great run by second place finisher Sean Waits and third place finisher Chris Waits. True Value Modified Racing Series Consolation event coming up next.
Five cars to qualify. Scott Higley calls him out of the corner. HLR Limited, Peter Daniels on the outside. Bruce Batchelder. Les Spardatus in the 4th spot. 5 to qualify. Scoris on the outside of Rusty Moll. Dwight Jarvis right behind Scoris. Then it's Nichols, Wenzel, and Carl Fredrickson. Storis out of shape. Slides into the top of turn number 3. By the pit road. He is in a bad spot. And we are going yellow. Peter Daniels leading it under yellow. Again, 5 making it into the main event. 2 provisionals will round out the 22-car starting field. Peter Daniels and Wayne Hallwell ready to bring them to green. Bruce Batchelder settles into the third spot. Martinez, Dwight Jarvis, and Rusty Ball. Two long-time modified veterans are battling for the number 5 spot out of turn number 4. Peter Daniels leads it. Wayne Howell, Bruce Batchelder, Dwight Jarvis, Lawrence Martinez, Rusty Ball, and the number 83, Chris Wenzel. Daniels has the lead down the chute. Batchelder right up behind the number 66 of Howell. Dwight Jarvis is in 4th spot. Les Martinez is in that 5th and crucial spot on the Speedway. Rusty Ball 6th, Wenzel 7th, Fredrickson, Schmorris, Dave Nichols, Hinckley, and Mike Douglas Jr. Boy, it looks like the point leader's not going to make the show. Batchelder all over the back end of the number 66 Howell. Dwight Jarvis gives chase. Jarvis didn't make the show of an Adnock last Saturday night. Trying to get into it here at Star tonight. And staying right with Bruce Batchelder into turn number 1. Boy, that's a good race for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here. Howell, Batchelder, and Jarvis. Jarvis sets up center line going into 1. Batchelder's able to stave him off about a car length down to back straightaway. The former NASCAR national champion, Peter Daniels, on top of the lead in the Consolation round. Still a great battle going on for a 2nd spot between Batchelder and Wayne Howell Jr. And the Leon Holmes excavating number 66. Howell gave that car a good run down at Wall Stadium on Turkey Derby weekend last year. Les Martinez is on the bubble. 2 laps to go. Jarvis and Batchelder. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Here they are at the finish. It'll be Peter Daniels. 2nd going to the number 66, Wayne Howell. 3rd to Bruce Batchelder. Dwight Jarvis in the number 28. And the 11th car, Les Martinez, rounds out the top 5. And it is very interesting to note that the point leader coming in tonight, Les Hinckley, did not qualify. He'll be going home in car 06.
Fowler and Woodside going to bring the field to green. Duval, Nelson, road 2. Joslin, Kephart, Duke, Burnett, Robinson, Mason, Osborne, Aslan, green flag, 20 laps to distance. Fowler on the inside, Woodside on the outside. They're even off turn number 2 as they head down the backstretch. Fowler's got the top spot. Car number 28 had a good run going last week. Had some trouble later on in the event. Woodside now they're going to drag race down in turn number 1, take the top spot now off turn 2. Woodside your leader, Fowler trying to come back on the bottom. Woodside shutting the door. Woodside, your race to car number 8. Fowler runs 2nd, side by side for 3rd. Keith Nelson, Scott Duval. Lost momentum coming off turn 2. Now Duval gonna have to battle with Kevin Kephart. Kephart takes the 4th spot. Duval in some trouble here early in the event. Robbie Robinson having a good run. The number 55 working the outside. Up front, Rick Woodside, your leader. Fowler holding on to 2nd. Keith Nelson runs 3rd. Kephart 4th. Robinson 5th. The paint's starting to get swamped here for the third spot. Kephart, Nelson. Kephart on the inside, Nelson on the outside. Woodside checking out Carnival 8. Fowler holding on to second. The battle for third still finds Kephart on the inside, Nelson on the outside. They swamp some more paint at the start-finish line. Robbie Robinson now, though, underneath the 06. Scotty DeVal around turn number 1. Mr. Excitement gonna look for the yellow from starter Bob Monroe. He gets it, yellow flag. Field looking for green. Bob Monroe throws the green. Strictly's back underway. Woodside's got the spot. Nelson trying to shut a door that wasn't even open yet. Woodside erased it. A Fowler runs to the second spot. Kevin Kephart runs third. Keith Nelson battling with Russ Dufresne for fourth and fifth. Robbie Robinson now trying to make his way up to fifth. 3 wide, Robinson, Mason, Dufresne, and here comes Arnie Joslin. Nelson must have known Mason was coming because his car got real wide all of a sudden off turn number 2. Halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Woodside, your race leader. Fowler runs second, Kephart third. Corey Mason now to the outside of Keith Nelson. Nelson gonna make him earn it out there. Mason still hanging tough to the outside of Keith Nelson. Mason trying to make it 4 in a row. There's 12 down, 8 to go. Nelson got kind of loose off 2. Mason took advantage, but Nelson's still going to make him earn if you're not completely by him. Nelson's still racing you. Through turn number 1 and 2, Mason's cleared him now. Now running Robinson. Robbie Robinson going to take a run at Keith Nelson. Five to go, next time by for race leader Rick Woodside. Fowler runs second, Kephart third, Corey Mason fourth, Keith Nelson fifth. Looks like the streak could be coming to an end unless there's a quick yellow here. Woodside's looking strong tonight, car number 8. Fowler having a great run, car number 28. Four laps, 1 mile now for Rick Woodside. Mason up onto the rear bumper of Kevin Kephart in the 79. Mason into the trophy spots now in car number 12. Gonna be 2 to go when they come across the stripe, this time by Mason into third, but time definitely running out. 2 to go now for Rick Woodside. Fowler gonna get a challenge to the outside from Corey Mason. Mason gonna try to challenge for the second spot. White flag. Former Hudson Speedway rookie stock champion Rick Woodside down the backstretch for the final time. Looking for his first strictly stock feature win. Off turn 4, checkered gonna fly for Rick Woodside. The battle for second gonna go to Corey Mason. Fowler takes third, Kephart fourth, Keith Nelson fifth. Woodside Strictly Stock Feature win number 1 for your winner, Rick Woodside.
You got a couple more left. Tootsie Rolls. Buck them on, Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Roll bars. This is the last one right here. How you doing? Tootsie Rolls. Candy Tootsie Rolls. Only a buck. Only a buck. Tootsie Roll bars. Tootsie Roll bars.
Super Streets underway, 30 laps. Bobbing a hand, Tony Carroll battled down through turn number 1 and 2. Randy Tatro runs third. Coazer off the pace, car number 17, causing a log jam on the backstretch. 1 lap down now for Bobbing a hand. Gahan leading the way, Steve Dickey working the outside. The on-demand Sunoco, number 98, headed to the front. Dickey gonna try to chase down race leader Bobby Gahan. Dickey had a good run last week, went to the back early, worked his way back to the front. Dickey clears Tony Carroll, takes over the second spot. Randy Tatro pushes up, Paul Randberg moves underneath for 4th. Gahan, Dickey, Carroll, Randberg, Tatro, your top 5. John Bordelais, David Lee running Bulldog. Tony Coazer and Chuck Daney. The misfortune continues, car number 33. Yellow on the Speedway, Jimmy Renfrew around. And Chuck Daney, the right front, missing off car number 33. 2 of your top pointsmen in the pit area. Green flag, Super Streets back underway, bobbing a hand, out drag races Steve Dickey down into turn number 1. Side by side for third, Tony Carroll on the inside, Paul Randberg on the outside. Randy Tatro runs 5th. 5 down, 25 to go for the Super Streets. Bobbing a hand, your race leader, the Pep Boys, number 50. Steve Dickey runs 2nd. Randberg 3rd, Tony Carroll 4th, Randy Tatro 5th, John Bordelais, David Lee, Ronnie Bulldog, Tony Coazer, Mitch Wendell, the top 10 runners. Paul Randberg now starting to work over Steve Dickey for the 2nd spot. A little bit of history between these two. They had some contact last week. Dickey left the door open through turn number 1 and 2. Paul Randberg quickly into the spot. Randberg now up to 2nd in the Coombs, who's done approximately 42. Randy Tatro working over Tony Carroll. Carroll keeps it straight though. Bobbing a hand, sounds really healthy tonight. Number 50 must be a new power plant. And that number 50s, he is checking out from 2nd place runner Paul Randberg. Dickey continues to hold 3rd. Now Randy Tatro working to the outside of Tony Carroll for the 4th spot. David Lee looked down low, made it 3 wide for a minute coming off turn 4. Randy Tatro could get freight train here now in the 46. 10 down now, 20 to go. Gahan continuing to stretch his lead out, car number 50. Randberg trying to chase him down in the 42. Steve Dickey runs 3rd. Side by side for both David Lee and Tony Carroll. Tatro, he got into him once, he turned him around this time. Tatro also car number 46. Carroll might have checked up some, but Tatro, he didn't check up. Gahan, Randberg on the throttle, green flag wave, Super Street's back underway. Gahan wins the drag race into turn number 1. Randberg trying to stay with him off turn 2. Steve Dickey now battling with David Lee for third. Ronnie Bolduc, Rich Wendell right there as well. They come off turn number 4. Randberg looks to the inside real quickly. He's sticking with Gahan. Still side by side for third is David Lee now edging ahead of Steve Dickey. Wendell's on the outside battling with Ronnie Bolduc for the 5th spot. Jimmy Renfrew starting to make his comeback. He's up to 7th now in the 00. Halfway, 15 down, 15 to go. Gahan, your leader, David Lee looks strong, takes over the 2nd spot. Randberg back to 3rd, Dickey runs 4th, Ronnie Bolduc 5th. Bobby Gahan leading the way here, car number 50. David Lee running strong, car number 10. The mail order motor special, the number 10. Running in the 2nd spot. Paul Randberg runs 3rd. Ronnie Bolduc now takes over 4th. Mitch Wendell looking to take 5th from Steve Dickey. Dickey, Renfrew, a little bit of contact. They straighten it out though. They come off turn number 2. Dickey now in the 6th spot. Renfrew up to 7th. Lee Weldy 8th. John Bordelay 9th. Bobby Melvin rounds out the top 10. 10 to go, this time by for race leader Bobby Gahan. David Lee starting to reel in Bobby Gahan. David Lee, one of the most improved drivers here at Star Speedway, running another great race in the Super Streets. John Bordelay contact, Bobby Melvin involved, Chuck Daney once again. Randy Tatro was in there, we might have a flat. Randberg to the pits. It all started we here with Paul Randberg braking on the front stretch. All these other drivers know where to go. Bobby Gahan, David Lee, Ronnie Bolduc, Mitch Wendell, Jimmy Renfrew, your top 5. Green flag, Super Street's back underway. David Lee staying tough on the outside in car number 10. Him and Gahan go side by side into turn number 3. Off turn 4, gonna be a drag race down the front stretch. Gahan using all the track he can. David Lee not giving up on the outside. Ronnie Bolduc right there in the number 95. Mitch Wendell strong in the 21. Points it at Jimmy Renfrew up to 5th. 23 down, 7 to go. David Lee left the door open. Ronnie Bolduc gonna try to make his way to the 2nd spot. Does anybody have anything for Bobby Gahan? Lap starting to tick away, 24 down. Bolduc starting to get a little frustrated in the number 95. Bolduc letting David Lee know he's there. 5 to go now. While these two are battling side by side, Bobby Gahan pulling away in car number 50. 4 laps to go now. David Lee fighting back on the outside, taking the 2nd spot back from Ronnie Bolduc. Bolduc's got the preferred line, but David Lee working hard on the outside. 27 down, 2 to go next time by. checking out now, car number 52 to go from Scott Bob Monroe. Bolduc takes over second. David Lee third. Mitch Wendell fourth. David Lee returns the favor to Ronnie Bolduc. Shows him I got a front bumper too. Now Mitch Wendell taking over third. White flag, final trip around. Bobby Gahan down the backstretch for the final time. Now Bolduc just battling to stay in the top four. Off turn number 4, checking, gonna wave for Bobby Gahan. Second gonna go to David Lee. Third to Mitch Wendell. Fourth to Ronnie Bolduc. And Jimmy Renfrew rounds out the top 5. There he is, your Super Street Feature winner, Bobby Gahan.
Gary Casella in the front row. Jimmy Dolan. Dale Ivanchins on the outside. Jimmy Dune, Andy Seitz, Kirby Monteith, and Uma Jolitis. The Modifieds ready to do battle. Rolling Thunder ready to roar off turn number 4. Here come the ground pounders. Dockenhausen and Casella bringing them to green. Scott calls them out of the corner. We're racing. Gary Casella leads them down the back straightaway. Eddie Dockenhausen's in second. Dale Ivanchins in third. Jimmy Nolan runs in the 4th spot. Cute as fifth off the 4th turn. Andy Seitz on the high side of Jimmy Kuhn going in. Tucks it in low. Kirby Monteith. Bumper tag with him and Paul Morelli. Roger Raven in the Stewart and Ford, number 62 on the outside of the Mountain Man. They are wheel to wheel out of turn number 2. Kirby Monteith in the yellow 8. Roger Raymond on the outside. We go yellow. Veteran Bruce Batchelder on the apron of turn number 2 as the first caution flag flies here on lap number 2. Last Saturday night, 4 caution flags on the event of the Monadnock Speedway. And the Rolling Thunder of the True Value Modified Racing Series ready to go at it again. Ready to roar off of turn number 4. The ground pounders, and here they come. The green is in the air. Back to racing we go. Gary Casella and Eddie Dockenhausen. Dale Ivanchin, Jimmy Kuhn. Jimmy Nolan on the outside. Lightning Lou Michelinas, Andy Sykes. Roger Raymond, Kirby Monteith. All bunched together through the first and second turn. On the front straightaway, Casella currently lead on the front chute. Gary Casella. Boy, would he love to nail down a win here tonight in front of a whole track crowd. Sparks fly in that 76 at 9 New Hampshire. Casella's got a good pace going here. Here's the number 43. Kirk Alexander races the outside of Wayne Hellwell Jr. Keep an eye on that number 43. Hinkley follows him in the 06 car. Kirby Monteith and Roger Raymond in front of Boniface are going to battle as they battle in the 3 right behind Andy Sykes. Butch Perry. Butch Perry off the pace in car number 96. The leaders have caught up to him. Eddie Dockenhausen will fly outside. So does Dale Ivanchin. They go flowing by the outside to number 96. Look at this. Monteith and Raymond Boniface. Wow! They got a good one going on. Jimmy Boniface and Roger Raymond. Paul Ferrari's coming up right behind him in car number 7. Then Jack David and Peter Daniels. Kirk Alexander and Les Hinkley. Right behind Jimmy Hughes. Andy Sykes challenges Jimmy Dolan. Sykes goes to the inside out of turn number 2. Here's Alexander and Albro. Alexander's going to go to the inside of the 9 New Hampshire. The Cheever Tires sponsored car for Denny Albro. Holds them off, going through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. They're right up behind Peter Daniels. Daniels races on the outside of Jack Bateman. Roger Raymond and Jimmy Boniface wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. Racing right up behind Kirby Monteith in that number 8. That's quite a race going on there with the number 43 Alexander on the backside of the 9 New Hampshire. Tips down behind him, coming up. Looks slow coming out of the turn, down the front straightaway. And Elbow shuts the door going into turn number 1. Boy, Elbow's giving Alexander fits out there. To set him up low coming off the turn, and Dennis is able to hold him off. Dennis drops in behind Jack Bateman. Bateman races the 76 of Peter Daniels. Andy Sykes goes out to Jimmy Kuhn. Oh, what a move by Sykes on the inside. Just ate up Jimmy Kuhn at turn number 3. Sykes goes to 5th spot. Kuhn 6th, 7th Dolan, 8th is Monteith, 9th is Boniface, 10th is Paul Ferrari. Alexander right down the inside. Alexander Boy, Elbro is really not letting Alexander get by. He's doing a super job. Now he gets up a little high and he comes right back down in front of the 43. Gary Casella with a clear Speedway in front of him. We are completing lap number 24. Eddie Dockenhausen second. Dale Watts in third. Louis Michelinas is in fourth. Fifth, it's the number 70 Andy Sykes. Sixth, Jimmy Kuhn. Seventh, Jimmy Dolan. Eighth is the 8 car Kirby Monteith. Ninth, Jimmy Boniface. And 10th, Paul Palmerari. Roger Raymond runs in the 11th spots. 12th spot is the number 17, Jack Bateman. Then we've got Dennis Albro as the Alexander 43 goes underneath. Peter Daniels in the number 76. Black flag was in the hand of the flagman Scott Hinckley. The black flag is for the 9. Whoops, we got a counter around, car number 35. What a tough break for Dale Ivanchin. What a tough break for Dale Ivanchin in car number 35, having a great run here. Yellow out for the number 35 in the number 4 corner. Jack Bateman's got damage on the front end of the number 17. Front end damage on the JRB. Jack's engine's number 17 on the back straightaway. He is going to need the assistance of a wrecker out there. 19 of your original 22 starters are still in the event here as they get ready to go back to work. The ground pounding modifieds, and here we go. Green is in the air. Number 25, oh, Jimmy Dolan in trouble. Dolan goes around in car number 69. Yellow out. Hinckley started 21st, Alexander 22nd. Here we go. Rolling thunder. Michelinas. Lightning low on the inside, going into turn number 3. Races for the number 2 spot, Kuhn. Jimmy Kuhn on the inside of Jimmy Boniface. Look at Boniface. Boniface on the outside. In the 71 NE. Kirby Monteith is right there in the number 8 car. Look at Paul Ferrari in the number 7. Does he look 68 years old? Alexander on the outside. Alexander. They dart into turn number 3. Peter Daniels in the number 76. Races right on the inside of Jimmy Boniface. Chris Wenzel, the provisional in car number 83. He goes right by the inside of Alexander. Wow! Alexander goes right by the outside of Wenzel again. Les Hinckley on the outside of Dwight Jarvis. Good battle going on there between Hinckley and the veteran Jarvis in car number 28. Hinckley in the 06. Two guys rich in Star Speedway history. Running 1-2 in Epping out of turn 4. Casella and Michelinas. Lightning low up top. Oh, what a battle going on here at Star Speedway. Casella and Michelinas outside, Lightning low. Wow. Louis Michelinas in car number 47. Paul Ferrari off the fourth corner. Eddie Donkin, now we go yellow. We got an incident over in turn number 2. Les Martinez in that number 11 car. And it looks like it's the number 69 of Jimmy Dolan involved. 38 are into the record books. 17th car back on the Speedway, the number 70. Andy Seiss. Back to green we go, Rolling Thunder. The race is for the third spot between Dockenhausen and Kuhn. Look at Peter Daniels. Peter Daniels in the 76. Don't count Daniels out of this. Daniels on the low side going into turn number 3 with Jimmy Kuhn in the 72 on the outside. Alexander's right on their bumper down the front straightaway. Alexander sets up on the inside of Kuhn. The 43 car goes to fifth spot as he went by the number 72. Here comes Les Hinckley. Hinckley wants to try to stay with the number 43. He's on the outside with number 8, Monteith. Les Hinckley on the high side between 1 and 2, and the Chuck Monville number 06. Alexander stays right with Peter Daniels in the 76 car. Daniels will be tough to get by. Daniels is as good as anybody on the short tracks of New Hampshire. And he is doing it right here. He's got Dockenhausen trying to figure the way by. Comes to the inside, tries to find a way by. And Dockenhausen is able to beat him into the corner. Louis Michelinas, the second different leader. Actually, the third different leader. Dockenhausen led at the start, and Casella took over to lap 37. And then it's been the number 47 of Louis Michelinas. Monteith and Hinckley, wheel to wheel, number to number, right behind Jimmy Kuhn off of 4. Hinckley in that Corvette body modified with the Mountain Man on the inside. A battle of yellow race cars out of turn number 4. Wow, what a race between Monteith and Hinckley. Next time around, Scott Hinckley is going to cross the flags out here on the front straightaway, and there they are. We are halfway. Louis Michelinas, the rookie driver in the True Value Modified Racing Tour. He's got himself a healthy lead over Gary Casella. There goes Peter Daniels. Daniels on the outside of Dockenhausen. Daniels is going for third spot on the outside. With Alexander in tow out of turn number 4, he goes by the 48 car. Daniels is on the move. Alexander goes by the number 48. Hinckley and Monteith still battling it out behind Jimmy Kuhn. Now Daniels is going after Casella. Boy, it's going to be a battle of the tires here to see who's got the rubber to last the distance. We got an action over turn number 3. It's going to be Les Martinez once again in car number 11. A yellow is out for the 5th time. Yellow flag on the Speedway. Les Martinez having his fair share of bad luck here tonight. One of the racing division's nicest guys. Him and Lou Martinez prepare that modified for competition every weekend. And Les is bringing the 11 car back into the pit area. Are you ready for the ground pounders? More Rolling Thunder coming your way. Michelinas and Casella ready to bring them back to green, and here we go. The green is in the air. Daniels and Casella. The former NASCAR national champion goes to second. Little bumper tag between Alexander and Casella there. Eddie Dockenhausen, Les Hinckley, Jimmy Boniface. Alexander's racing the outside route. Trying to go to the outside of Casella. Brings the number 43 Cyril. Sponsored Gary's Auto Power. Right up alongside as they race out of the second turn. There he goes right by. Alexander powers by Casella. Down the front straightaway, passing flag being shown to Butch-Berry at car number 96. Louis Michelin kicks it down low into the turn, goes 5 without any problem. Peter Daniels, and then Kirk Alexander in the number 43. Gary Casella in the 25 is fourth. Eddie Dockenhausen in the 48 car runs fifth. Sixth is Les Hinckley in the 06. Seventh is 71 Maine, Jimmy Boniface. Eighth is the number 28 car, Dwight Jarvis. Ninth, it's the number 8 car. That is Kobe Monteith and Bob Paul Ferrari. In car number 7 is running in 10th spot. Well, we got trouble in the corner. Hinckley off the pace. Casella. Gary Casella was involved over there. Kirk Alexander is closing on Peter Daniels. Eddie Dockenhausen is at fourth. Fifth spot is the number 28, Jarvis. Paul Ferrari onto the apron. Pulls it onto the speedway. Here's Alexander to the inside, out of the turn with Peter Daniels. And Alexander, they run tires going into turn number 1 with a battle on a 2. Alexander goes to second. And they are coming up on some heavy traffic. We had an incident over the number 1 turn. Jimmy Boniface in the 71 Maine. Yellow is on. 6th caution flag. Being told that he has been given a black flag for making contact with Peter Daniels on the back straightaway. Alexander disqualified for contact with Peter Daniels on the back straightaway. Michelinas, Peter Daniels, Eddie Dockenhausen, Dwight Jarvis. Michelinas leading down the front straightaway. Peter Daniels running in second spot in the number 76. Third is Eddie Dockenhausen in the 48. Dwight Jarvis in the number 28 is in fourth spot. And Kirby Monteith, we go to yellow. Yellow for Paul Ferrari. 7 cautions. Rolling Thunder, ready to roar off turn number 4. Here they come. Green is out. Dwight Jarvis, Kirby Monteith, down the back straightaway. Monteith and Jarvis all over the backside of Dockenhausen. Jarvis and Monteith wheel to wheel on a turn number 4. Racing for the 4th spot here at Star Speedway. The 28 cars, Jarvis gets by the Mountain Man. Moves in the 4th spot. Daniels going after Michelinas. Michelinas, Peter Daniels, Eddie Dockenhausen, Dwight Jarvis, Ruby Monteith. 6th spot is Chris Wenzel. 7th is the 35, Daley Bochin, Bruce Batchelder, and then Gary Casella and car number 25. Michelinas pulls Daniels out of 2. Staying right with him off the number 4 quarter. 75 laps complete. Four laps remain at the stripe. Daniels trying to get a shot at Michelinas. Michelinas keeps a low line through 3 and 4. Boy, Daniels is right with him. Daniels looks like he's waiting for the right opportunity. Dockenhausen running in 3rd, Jarvis 4th, 5th is Monteith. Wenzel 6th. Michelinas up at about 2-car length lead that time in the back straightaway. Michelinas starting to pull away from Peter Daniels. Michelinas, Peter Daniels. Dwight Jarvis is right there with the number 48 car. Down the front straightaway, Wenzel going out to Gary Casella. Kirby Monteith right behind Wenzel in that number 8. Race right now is for the 3rd spot on the Speedway, coming off turn number 2. The 48 car and the number 28 Jarvis. Jarvis right on Dockenhausen as they battle for the number 3 spot. Mitchell is pulling away in car number 47. The number 47 is really starting to open up the lead. A full straightaway on Daniels. But the battle rages on for the number 3 spot. Dwight Jarvis, the Ascutney Vermont veteran. All over the Connecticut driver, Eddie Dockenhausen, former Channell Speed Rome and New York champion. Dockenhausen races out of Denver and Connecticut. 10 laps to go. Mitchellidis with a well-prepared race car here tonight by Marco Turcotte's crew, the Mid-City David of Merrimack, New Hampshire. Sponsor number 47. Nashua, New Hampshire-based modified with a driver from just over the border. Lightning Lou Mitchellidis out of Kingsborough, Massachusetts. Eddie Dockenhausen in the number 28 car. Dwight Jarvis still duking it out for third. Mitchellidis getting through the traffic with ease in car number 47. The race is winding down, the closing laps. 7 yellow flags flew in this one. There's going to be 2 to go now. 2 laps to go for the number 47 right there. They are going to see the white flag. 1 more lap. 1 more to go for Lightning Lou. Mitchellidis is going to win his first ever True Value Modified race. Mitchellidis. Second will go to Peter Daniels. Third will go to Dockenhausen. Dwight Jarvis. The rest of the field taking a checker. Well, there you have it. The first of 3 events here at Star Speedway for the True Value Modifieds. What a run here tonight by the driver of the number 47. True Value Modifieds coming back in here in July and August at Star Speedway. Next Saturday night we head up to the White Mountain Motorsports Park in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. But how fitting it is that a longtime Star Speedway competitor who opted to go modified racing in 2005 comes home to Star Speedway and scores a win in his first ever True Value Modified Racing Series feature win. Marco Turcotte, the car owner down here, very, very excited. There's your winner, his first ever True Value Modified to win, Lightning Lou Michelitis. How about a nice hand for Peter Daniels, finishing in second spot in car number 76. And third spot going to Eddie Dockenhausen, the Connecticut driver. How about a nice hand for those guys too, finishing in second and third here at Star Speedway. Now Tim, one of our officials, making a presentation down there with our signature sponsor, the True Value people. As Louis being congratulated with the hardware, the trophy, Marco Turcotte down there. These two have been in victory lane on several occasions here at Star Speedway in the 350 Super Modified division. But this is their first ever journey into the checkerboard square here at Star as a driver and a team in modified competition here for 2005. Congratulations to them. Thanks on behalf of all the competitors, the tour founder Jack Bateman, our sponsor True Value, and all our associate sponsors. This is True Value Modified announcer John Spence. Thank you so much. Good night and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there from the True Value Modified Racing Series. Good night, everybody.
A tribute to the Westboro Speedway. Journey back through time with photos, films, and videos. Experience the cars, the stars, the way it was. Through the 50s to the 80s at the High Bank Quarter Mile Speedway. Plus, a look at the 2001 Westboro Speedway reunion. Order now by calling 888-RACE-VIDEO or 603-679-6796. Now you can own a part of racing history. Stars of the Winston Cup Series compete on a local short track. Not just an exhibition, but real wheel-to-wheel, no-holds-barred racing. Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Morgan Shepherd, Ernie Irvin, Jeffrey Bodine, Davey Allison, and many more. Racing pro stocks against local drivers. To order your VHS copy in hi-fi stereo sound, call toll-free 888-RACE-VIDEO. That's 888-RACE-VIDEO.